Alright guys, I'm going to be showing you guys how to install a set of OBX individual throttle bodies on a 2003 Nissan 350Z. So basically any VQ35DE. So hopefully you guys find it useful if you were considering doing this modification.
So after you remove the entire intake manifold, the upper plenum, the lower plenum, and the bottom part, it's pretty self-explanatory where you start. The two halves, you kind of cross them together first, slide them down on the two existing posts. Fitment is actually not bad. I didn't have to drill anything or force it on. It kind of slipped right on there. So off to a good start. Alright, so next is the lower manifold to throttle bodies adapter. It's pretty straightforward. Slides right on. You'll see these little riveted out holes. There's going to be a set of screws included, and when it's installed it'll look like that. We sit flush, kind of flush, with the adapter plate, so when the throttle bodies go on here they're not in the way. Okay, next is these little O-rings, which sit inside these grooves right here. Should have 12 of them. Assume they go on bottom and top of the throttles once they're mounted. So press them in there, and they fit pretty snug. Again, nice tight tolerances. Nothing out of spec so far. So thumbs up for OBX so far. Okay, so next, see in there, there's a little Allen. It's pretty damn small, but you adjust that screw there. You can see that, so that it pushes slightly down on this. That way, and then you tighten this up. That way, when you step on the throttles, they're they're in sequence. That's very important that you have these aligned properly, so when you step on the gas, all the throttles open at the same time. Otherwise your car will run like complete shit. Okay, so next part here is going to be the cross linkage to combine these two throttles. So you'll notice that this one doesn't have an adapter on it. I just bolted this onto here via these two tiny ass Allen nuts. So, and then knows that after that you have this piece here. Okay, and what you get is a shaft and another piece just like this one here that you'll mount on the end of this shaft. Okay, now see if I can get this while holding the camera. So yeah, basically drop that in. This little plastic piece here, kind of see how that would work there. Connect the two teeth on each of them. So right on in there. And then this complete piece will go on there. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. Okay, once you get this mounted on, two little screws, pretty easy. You then mount the throttle cable wheels here. It's a little tiny Allen that kind of sets them on here. This one I had to open the throttles all the way to get to the Allen. Otherwise, it's kind of impossible to get to. But pretty easy. That's the next step. Now we'll move on to actually attaching the synchronizing throttle cable. Alright, now on to synchronizing the throttles. So, if here they supplied cable to synchronize the throttles. you'll notice these two little guys here that mount to the end of the series of throttle bodies. They are different. This one here has to be installed on this side, so you can adjust the idle with the idle screw. This one will put you somewhere like down here. So they are different. Note that. You want to be able to adjust your idle and install this correctly. And then here we attach these little brackets to the pivot wheels. So it's very important, this step, that you tension this accordingly. So you'll notice when I pull on the throttle cable, all the throttles actuate at the same time. It's very important. So you'll want to, kind of make sure you can go full throttle on each side. I had to modify this a little bit to get the ball that they supplied to fit in there. Just took a pair of pliers and squished it around the ball. It's in there pretty snug. But yeah, that's pretty much synchronizing throttles. Next, we'll install the fuel rails. Alright, so on to a little bit more. I tapped in 1/4 inch vacuum outlets on each of the runners, so I can supply my vacuum box there, which is going to operate my brake booster, my intake air temperature sensor, which is here, and my map sensor. I am running an AM Infinity 8, which those two sensors are have their own direct line to the ECU. Also, I've modified the stock drive-by-wire pedal to accept this throttle cable. Luckily, we got this piece of metal right there to be able to bend and finesse. But give you an idea how it works. So, and this is this throttle cable is a Lokar universal 36-inch. It's LOKAR, and yeah, just grinded off the bracket there to fit the nut and the bolt there, and threaded it in, solid in there, and I'm just gonna run it up through that through this boot here, and then right to my linkage. I'll have to make some kind of bracket and attach it to here or something. I'll figure that out. Update that soon. So this is with the Lokar 36-inch universal throttle cable. It's a little long, as you can see. I did plan on putting the cable up front initially, so that's why I ordered that cable. But house-made bracket. I think it was like a harness, like a engine harness bracket from like a Honda or something. But whatever, you get the idea. The Lokar kit came with this, and this usually attaches to this little swivel. But I just drilled this out a little bit bigger and set both cables in it and tighten it down. It's a lot easier than trying to attach something to here, and it's it's very sturdy. So it works. Give you a little demo of what I did down here. In regards to the throttle, the pedal. So you can kind of see that's fucked, but yeah. Now I bent that and just drilled a hole into it and tapped it with that. You can see how it works right here. Yep, that's the bottom side. And I also had to add a washer behind the throttle. You can kind of see it right there, because I couldn't get it to open full throttle all the way. And one of the problems you're going to run into when converting drive-by-wire to the cable is the pedal stop might. But like I said, simple washer and it fixed it. Now here's a demo of the throttles. All the way up in full throttle, boy. And then my pedal stop works too, so you can hear that tapping. My pedal's all the way to the floor. So, yep, Lokar 36-inch universal cable and one custom bracket and a little bit of drilling, and you have a set of working throttles on a drive-by-wire Z. All right,
So there's a few parts I missed while installing the ITBs for my instructional video. Just wanted to recap on a couple things. As far as the fuel rails go, I had to modify all the clips. I had to pretty much cut most of the plastic off so they fit in between the tight space between the throttles here. Excuse me, the fuel rails. Also, the brackets that OBX sent out had to be modified in order to fit the injectors in there properly. I don't know if you can see that. This is a TPS sensor off of a 98 BMW 318i 3-wire TPS. I was able to get the sensor and the connector off eBay for relatively cheap. You'll need to find a way, which worked for me, was a AN fitting set to attach it to a aftermarket fuel pressure regulator, which you can then attach to your stock fuel supply location. There's a better view of that. You can kind of get the idea there. I just hose clamped the braided line onto it there. Yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much everything. So hopefully you guys enjoy the dyno video that follows this. One more thing before the dyno video. The last modification you'll need to make are a set of Maxima or Ultima valve covers because they do not have the elongated filler neck, the oil filler neck. So I also had to modify the hell out of the oil cap, and it works. A little bit of JB Weld, but yeah, it's kind of my temporary fix. I eventually kind of want to run the weld and oil filler neck onto that or something. Have it run up to like right here, but in the meantime that works. I'm gonna add oil or change the oil. I just got to take this trumpet off, and then it's good to go. Alright guys, if you were contemplating picking up a set of ITBs or you are installing ITBs, I hope you found the video useful. If there's anything that you guys think I could have done better, please, drop a comment or like and subscribe if you like the content. And as always, stay tuned for more on DK's Garage.